I have always felt like the community doesn't understand what a gem Dalit is and what Dalit has brought to day school education.
The impact of Dalit on this school is huge. I see so much care that is put into the craft of teaching.
All the studies are saying now that children who come out of day schools are becoming leaders in the American Jewish community. Well, if that's the case, we need to have outstanding teachers to attract these kids. Teachers are the heart and soul of a school.
Early 2000s, there was a proliferation of liberal day schools. With the creation of a new kind of school came the need for a new kind of teacher. There was a need for a kind of high-quality professional preparation that put learning to teach at its center, that was built around a year-long internship, that tried to bring to the field of Jewish education the best ideas about what serious professional preparation, induction, and continuing professional development entail.
I think it was the first time that I started to think about teaching in a professional way and the language of teaching and the intellectual work. It was like a blossoming of one's abilities, thinking about what you are as a teacher, who you are as a teacher, how are you going to communicate, how are you going to speak to new teachers.
By sitting in with a cohort, one can see what Dalit's all about. And what is that about? That's how a group of students who didn't know each other less than a year ago, coming from diverse backgrounds, diverse ages. We have students who are right out of undergrad to students who were lawyers and are now in their 50s, who come together in a room, probably from the very beginning when they started in the Beit Midrash, how to learn with each other. And so through this collaborative way of listening to each other, discussing things together, and reflecting on not only what the other person is saying, but on one's own thoughts. They're growing together, they're learning together, they're learning as a group.
Learning with a small cohort is wonderful, and I think that's definitely one of the highlights of the program. We really bond with each other. I think we think of each other more as family at this point.
Personally, it's very important to me that I am learning to be a Jewish educator among people who think about Judaism differently than I do.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, shalom, sim, shalom, tova u'bracha. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, shalom, tova u'bracha.
Think about myself as a Jewish educator, not just a teacher in a Jewish day school. And so all the time I'm thinking about not just what are the values of the community that I'm forming, but what are the Jewish values that would inform how we interact, how we learn together.
I like bringing Judax into a lot of the social curriculum. I feel like Dalit made me more conscious of being able to make these connections.
If you want people to be effective teachers, you need to help them learn to teach, to put teaching and learning at the center of the program.
Dalit produces incredibly reflective practitioners who are truly devoted to a lifetime of continued learning and professionalism in the field. I really think it's the year-long mentored internship that is the essence of what makes Dalit so amazing.
Like a word wall just like that one up there? You have a word wall, yeah, but you actually add words up there that are content-driven words, yeah.
The leadership part that comes through that is knowing how to help someone else learn, reach their potential. The leadership part of Dalit is when our graduates who are teachers can become mentors to our new students and pass on what they've learned because they found a language to do that.
Dalit provided a model for us. It provided a model of the value of mentoring, growing teachers, having teachers grow alongside other teachers.
Dalit has provided for me a career path that has included staying in the classroom at the same time finding opportunities to grow and develop.
Dalit really thinks about not only how do you prepare a teacher for their first few years of teaching, but thinking about how to keep them in the field.
Dalit keeps teachers on the cutting edge of what's happening, of research and development. And teachers have opportunities to continue to grow and really become leaders in their schools.
Really see that the approach that Dalit has is something very unique in terms of elevating teachers to be looking beyond their classroom and the value put upon that by the national day school field.
It always warms my heart to hear heads of school talk about how well prepared the Dalit graduates are and how when they are looking to hire a new teacher, they really want a Dalit person.
What is it about Dalit that makes you so enthusiastic? And I would say that it was because we had the best things happening in education. Sharon Feinman Emser, Vivian Trillin were really superstars in the field of education. and they were dedicating themselves to the day school world.
The whole school benefits from having Dalit interns amongst us.
If we keep reminding ourselves and we keep coming back to what are the core beliefs about teaching and learning, then our schools will be better. And they'll be better tomorrow than they were yesterday.
Dalit is an outstanding teacher education program, and the Jewish day school community at large, the Jewish community at large, needs to support it because we need outstanding teachers, and those are what come out of Dalit.